They came through the tunnel earlier on tonight, all set to give their Sacktown fans something to cheer about. Greetings, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for our latest presentation of NBA basketball. Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, alongside Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. Our reporter is Allie LaForce. All right, let's take a look at some numbers for Zach LaVine.
And he's a little less of a go-to guy for their offense now, at least compared to earlier on in the season. You can see his usage percentage is slumping over the last 5 games. Hopefully he can be more involved tonight.
So the Houston starting 5. Smith and Şengün play together in the front court. Van Vliet and Green, they're manning the backcourt. And it's Brooks in at the 3, the small forward. And for Sacramento, we've got Jonas Valanciunas, Domantas Sabonis out there with Murray. Then it's DeMar DeRozan. And it's LaVine in at the point. Well, Grant, when you take a look at this matchup, both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A.
And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do,
I can do better.
expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Smith outside. Brooks outside. Pass to Smith. Now Van Vliet. Back to Smith. Just 5 to shoot. Şengün passes to Smith. The 3. Valanciunas with a rebound. DeRozan against Green. And it's DeRozan missing. And it's Green with the ball for Houston. The 3 is up. Can't get his first shot of the game to fall. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, Mike Brown had a few moments to share with me. We talked about how Alperen Şengün can act as a facilitator. Coach said he sees the floor like nobody else. He's got a great mind for the game. And if you let him find his guy out of the high post, he will punish you. No doubt about it, they're aware. He is the engine of this offense.
Thanks for that, Allie. First quarter, just over a minute played. LaVine against Van Vliet. LaVine passes to Murray. DeRozan with the ball. Şengün with a steal. Fast break. Here come the Rockets. Here's Green. Up and in on the layup. Green's got his second bucket of the night.
Green doing work inside. Feels like he can score on just about anybody.
Here's LaVine, coming in off 12 points in his last outing. DeRozan outside. Picked by Sabonis. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's going to go on Jalen Green.
Yeah, really left him no choice there. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
First free throw is good. After years of finishing at the bottom of the West, things are looking up for the Rockets, Clark.
You know, B.A., they've done a really good job of drafting and developing players. That combination can allow you to move forward. And along with signing complementary veterans, that adds to the mix as well. And they've done a nice job. And they've got future draft capital, too. So the Rockets are certainly on the rise.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
DeRozan has that old school game, a throwback wing. He's not just a three-point chucker, and that makes him a different kind of matchup.
Now here's Van Vliet. Pass to Şengün. Green with the ball. From down low, and a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. That'll belong to Domantas Sabonis.
It was a strong move. The shot's just a little off.
Boy, with all the contact he drew there, that would have been a heck of a bucket. He nearly got it to go.
And so he makes both from the line. Clark, what catches your eye about Jalen Green at a fundamental level?
Well, it starts with his pure explosiveness. That just jumps out at anybody because he's jumping over everybody. Okay, the way he can get up and down the floor and hang and lift. That's what stands out, his athleticism, and he's actually rounding off some of the rough edges in his game that makes him kind of scary as we go forward.
Houston with another miss. Kings trail by 3. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. To the inside, here's Sabonis. Good D by Şengün.
Great defensive effort to lock down the paint.
Impressive work protecting the basket. He held his ground nicely on that one.
Green for 3. Valanciunas with a rebound.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Here's Levine. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
You know, battling inside, I like Levine's aggressive approach. Tough to match without fouling.
This is his first opportunity at the line this evening.
You know, he's been one of those players they've wanted on the line as much as possible this season, especially in close games, guys.
The first free throw is good. This can be a time of the season when it's hard for players to keep their focus, Grant.
Oh, man, B.A., the buzz of a new season is behind you.
The playoffs are a long way off. This is when a coach earns his keep, making sure his guys stay energized and focused.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
It's not luck that he's so steady at the line. It's through repetition and hard work.
Outside, Green. Brooks against Murray. The 3, Smith gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
And Smith has such confidence rising up from deep. This is what's going to make him so dangerous here in the pros.
And we'll have a timeout called by Mike Brown. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And let's take a look at the power rankings and see how these teams compare across the league. You look at the Cavaliers, they slipped a bit. Still in the top 10, though.
Well, right now for Sacramento, they're still trying to find a way to play to their full potential. In a holding pattern of sorts right now. But that could change with a couple good games.
And so it's Levine with it. He brings it up for Sacramento. 4-point game. Just under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the first quarter. Here's DeRozan. And he drains the turnaround J.
DeRozan from mid-range makes it look so easy.
Smith outside. Oh, Sabonis with the steal. Throws it up high. That ties the game.
Saw his teammate with a path to the rim, and boom, lobbed it up there beautifully.
Very smooth catch and finish.
And he chose the conservative finish with the nice, easy layup, which was a good decision.
The Rockets have gone just 3 for 7 here at the start. Van Vliet, the pass to Green. Şengün, a screen on DeRozan. Inside. And there's Şengün. That one's good. On the assist from Green.
Good vision that time from Green and anticipation. Kind of knew where his teammate was going to be.
And here's Levine. Looking at his stats, he's getting just over 23 points a game. DeRozan outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Right wing. From outside the arc. Valanciunas can't get it to go. For Houston, they've gone 4 of 8 and looking in control. 2 open that time. Made it look easy.
A versatile three-point shooter. Van Vliet can hurt you from anywhere behind that arc.
Green against DeRozan. Outside Levine. Back to DeRozan. To the middle. Here's Valanciunas. And a dunk by Valanciunas.
I mean, with his height and size, stopping Valanciunas just isn't an option sometimes. What a jam.
Houston leading by 3. Van Vliet, the pass to Şengün. Rebound by the Kings. Outside Levine. Pass to Sabonis. And it's good. Credit Levine with the assist.
Boy, Sabonis looking really comfortable shooting off the pass. If you're not right up on him, he'll burn you.
Here's Van Vliet. His last outing, he had 20. Now here's Smith. There's the triple. It's hauled in by DeMar DeRozan. Over Green with the second effort. And there's a nice layup by Sabonis.
Sabonis is simply relentless on the boards. Doing a nice job getting that second chance basket.
Brooks outside. Back to Van Vliet. Pass to Smith. And here's Van Vliet. To the paint. Here's Green. And a nice finish on the layup. Green's got his third bucket of the night.
Scoring well this quarter, picking up steam as he goes.
And we'll have a timeout called by Mike Brown. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Eason's checked in for Houston. All right, let's have a look at the leaderboard to see which team scored the most points off turnovers this past month. The Kings third, the fourth spot held by the Rockets.
Both teams have done an excellent job of converting turnovers into fast break opportunities.
For Sacramento, they've got 6 of 10 attempts to fall. Pass to DeRozan. Back to Levine. Over Van Vliet. And another miss by Sacramento.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Kings trail by 3. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
B.A. Fred Van Vliet said, I've been a leader on pretty much every team that I've ever played for. I'm a leader in life. It's just something you either have or you don't. Something you got to work at. Some guys will gravitate towards it and some won't. Brian, is it that simple?
Well, I think most of his teammates value what he has to say, for sure. And Sacramento's shooting 55%, an ideal start so far. Valanciunas sets a screen. DeRozan passes to Sabonis. 5 to shoot. Ooh, excellent D there from Smith. Houston leading by 3. Outside Eason. Pass to Van Vliet. Now Şengün. Now Smith. Shoots over Sabonis. And there's Smith. That one's good. On the assist by Şengün.
Not an easy shot for a young player, but Smith Jr. really smooth that time.
Murray, a screen on Van Vliet. To the wing on the left. Valanciunas finds DeRozan. Fires in the triple. DeRozan's got 6 points.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
And here's Van Vliet. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. They're coming off a win against the Nuggets.
They were so consistent from the three-point range in that one, and that's a nice weapon to have as a visiting team.
Yeah, you know, the defense had no answer for him. To do that kind of damage on the road, impressive.
Here's Levine. Up top, Valanciunas. Pass to DeRozan. Here's Sabonis. This one for three. Can't get that one to go. He's just 2 of 5 now from the field. Eason against Levine. Eason can't get it to go.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Now here's Valanciunas, defended by Eason. Valanciunas down low. He's against Eason. Valanciunas can't get it to go. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule.
Mind the lane. Mind the lane. No shot.
That free throw good from Van Vliet. If you look at rebounding rate, Tari Eason is one of the best in the NBA, Clark.
Yeah, you think about rate, it basically looks at what percentage of rebounds do you get while you're on the floor. And Eason is prolific in terms of boards per minute, uses his 6'8" frame well, and he's gobbling up rebounds at well under 1 every 3 minutes. That's a lot of heavy lifting there, folks.
And we've got a timeout called by Ime Udoka. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Jones, he's checked in for the Kings. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Jonas Valanciunas.
And when you look at his offensive output over the past few years, it seems like other teams have figured him out and have his number now. He's having to put in a lot more effort on the offensive end, but without producing nearly the same results.
Levine against Van Vliet. Pass to Thompson. Shot clock at 5. From deep three-point land. Hauled in by the Kings.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Now here's Levine. Pass to LaRavia. Stolen by Van Vliet. Here's Thompson. Crowder grabs the miss. Kings trail by 5. Outside Levine. Crowder inside. Defended by Eason. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Rockets.
They've really been pushing that thing in the open floor, and so far the opposition's not been able to slow them down at all.
And something else I've noticed is how they've been able to cause turnovers and take advantage of them on the offensive end, not wasting those extra chances at all.
And Houston making a change here. Whitmore's checked in.
Crowder, for good reason, is known as a tremendous glue guy, an effective role player who plays to his strengths on both ends of the floor.
Now here's Van Vliet, a go-to option for this team. He puts up nearly 17 a game. And there's a 3-second violation.
First and second chance points. And you have to admire at how hard they go in transition. They rank 3rd in the league in fast break points. This is a team you can't afford to give any space to in the open floor.
And this team embodies a never-give-up attitude. This is especially evident on the offensive glass, where they know how to keep plays alive and score off second-chance opportunities. Now here's Crowder. There's 1:12 left in the first quarter here. Back to Monk. Clock at 6. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's going to be on Amin Thompson.
Yeah, when you look at Monk's shot mechanics, they're really solid. Even with the foul, he completed his follow-through in his shooting motion. Impressive.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
You know, even in games where he hasn't been at his best this season, I mean, he still managed to get it done at the charity stripe when he gets his opportunities.
first one falls.
Boy, Monk is so lethal and efficient as a scorer. I mean, great range, always hunting his shot. I'd like to see him work on his passing, but, man, he can put it in the basket.
That one drops. He ties it up. 1:06 left in the opening quarter. Thompson against Monk. Adams with a screen on Monk. Pass to Eason for three. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
Already an intelligent playmaker, Thompson moves the ball well for a rookie.
Here's Monk. His last outing, we saw him score 22. Levine with it. Over Eason. Levine finds Monk. Here's Jones. Gets it to go from 18 feet away.
Sharing the basketball is a part of the game that Monk needs to continue to add to complement his shooting.
And here's Thompson. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. Adams a screen. Jones with the block. Outside Monk. Pass to LaRavia. Levine against Thompson. Levine passes to Monk. Back to Levine. Takes a three. And so it's Jalen Green making highlights for Houston. He put together 10 points in the quarter. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Rockets. Guys?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
Yeah, I like the way they play. They're looking to get up and down the court every time. Racehorse basketball here tonight. Strap it up. Don't look down. You'll miss something.
The Kings trailing. This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. We've got Cam Whitmore, Fred VanVleet out there with Thompson. Then it's Steven Adams, and it's Eason in at the 4. Here's Monk. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Well, Houston's shooting pretty well at 45%. VanVleet against Monk. Thompson right side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots over Fultz. And out of bounds. Sacramento will have it. And now let's take a look at the 2K leaderboard and see which two guards have been making their presence felt on the glass with their rebounding. Amen Thompson, 4th.
And it's not easy to be a great rebounder as a 2 guard. You've got so many duties to take care of on the floor, and these fellas, they do their jobs and then some.
And that's why it takes that unique combination of agility and instincts to make your way onto that list. Those guys have a terrific balance of the physical and mental aspects of the game.
Here's Monk. Pass to LaRavia. Back to Monk. The Rockets pull it in. They're off to battle the Trailblazers after this one, as they'll be playing at Moda Center. That'll be the back end of a 3-game road trip. Now Thompson. Now Whitmore. Adams inside. Monk covers. And the shot goes down. Adams has gotten his first points in this one.
Yeah, this is where Adams looks to score, especially when he has a matchup he likes.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Now Fultz. No points yet. Outside Monk. Ooh, some solid defense from Adams. Houston in the lead. Thompson passes to Van Vliet. Thompson outside. Back to Adams. Oh, they get a hand on it. Back come the Kings in transition. Too easy for DeRozan.
Boy, sometimes there's just no stopping DeRozan. When he's determined to score, he's going to fight his way through contact.
DeRozan's gone 3 for 5 shooting from the floor. Pass to Van Vliet. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Kings.
You have to give them credit for their defense here in the early stages. I mean, they've shown tremendous anticipation, on the same page as a unit defensively, especially on those block shots.
And also their pressure defense is paying dividends tonight, turning them over and getting out in the open floor and running.
And he drops the first. And you know, Clark, Fred Van Vliet gives you a number of things. Leadership might be the most important.
It is certainly one of his great attributes, B.A., when you look at Fred Van Vliet. Not very big, not super athletic, but a winner, tough-minded, and highly skilled. Doesn't make mistakes with the ball, gets other people's shots, and is proven to be a clutch and consistent quarterback at a really high level.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And so it's Houston with it. The Kings getting their last shot to go. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Rebound by Sacramento. Defeated by Milwaukee in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Offensively, it was never their night. The issues they suffered were pretty clear.
Yeah, the offense was AWOL. It just wasn't there. No rhythm, no flow, just a tough day.
Count it.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's Van Vliet. 5 points in the game. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. To the wing, right side. Here's Adams. Good. And Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got his 3rd assist of the night.
Dropping an absolute dime, it's really Van Vliet's specialty. He loves sharing the sugar.
And it's Mike Brown calling timeout here. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Some changes for Sacramento. Valanciunas comes in for Crowder, and Murray subbed in for Fultz. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Alperen Şengün's checked in for Adams. And so Monk will bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. On the wing, DeRozan, defended by Thompson, and the shot's good. DeRozan's got 12 points in the game.
Well, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
Rockets trail by 4. Now here's Van Vliet. Thompson outside. Here's the 3. Sacramento grabs the miss.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
Here's Laravia. And it's DeRozan missing. The NBA becoming more and more global, Clark. Şengün, a perfect example of that.
Yeah, Alperen Şengün out of Turkey. Right now on the fast track to being the best player to ever come out of his homeland. So still very young, but boy, his future is quite bright.
part, every player should know their leash with the officials.
Very much so, but I think most players should keep their mouths shut. There's too much yakking at officials, in my mind. It takes away from the beauty of the game. It's an eyesore, and I wish more players would just play and keep their mouths shut, especially when it comes to talking to the official.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, the Kings have to get better defensively. Coach Mike Brown said for us, it's about 5 guys guarding the basketball. When the ball moves, all 5 guys should move. We have some pretty good individual defenders, but we're not relying on them to shut down the great players. Brian, it's a team effort.
Defense on a string, Allie. Thank you. DeRozan with the bucket. Rockets trail by 3. Van Vliet with it. He has 6. Rebound by Sacramento. Valanciunas has got 5 rebounds in the game. Pass to DeRozan. And here's Valanciunas. 6 to shoot. Murray for 3. It's hauled in by Houston. Şengün's got 5 rebounds tonight. Van Vliet finds Şengün. Here's Eason. And he hits it to tie the game. Eason's gotten his 2nd bucket on the night.
Beautiful setup. You see right there, Alperen Şengün. His game isn't all about power.
Valanciunas with a screen on Thompson. Pass to Monk from deep. Yes, great play by DeRozan to set him up. DeRozan's got 4 assists now tonight.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at it.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now here's Van Vliet. Now here's Şengün. Thompson outside. Puts it up from 12. And it's Laravia with a rebound. The Kings lead by 3. Pass to Monk. Here's DeRozan. Left side Monk. Here's Valanciunas. Defended by Şengün. Valanciunas can't get it to go.
It's one thing to prevent the layup. It's another to do it without fouling. Just terrific defense.
Van Vliet with it. Now guarded by Monk. Now Thompson. The 3. Valanciunas with a rebound.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
Pass to DeRozan. Now Valanciunas. Defended by Şengün. Here's Brooks. Driving to the basket. Drops in the layup for 2. Brooks has got his first points of the night.
A slight bump on that play. Brooks just kind of shrugs it off.
The Kings have gotten 7 of 12 shots to go here in the second. Valanciunas with it. Pass to Murray. Murray attacks. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. And here's Brooks. Thompson outside. And that misses. That would have put him up.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
It's been that kind of quarter for him. The shot has just been unreliable.
And so ball out of bounds. Thompson touched it last. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Sacramento Kings. On Sunday, they'll be taking on Chris Middleton and the Washington Wizards. Then on Wednesday, they'll go up against Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors.
And you know, for that matchup with Denver, it's the second game of a back-to-back. So you know there'll be some heavy legs out there. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes its toll on your body.
Domantas Sabonis, he's checked in for Sacramento. Zach LaVine comes in for Monk. Sabonis, the pass to DeRozan. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. That's on Steven Adams.
DeRozan is deceptive in his height and quickness, so I think it makes him hard to guard, especially from this area.
This is his second trip to the free throw line in this one.
I think it's been a struggle for him at the line. He's been scuffling this season. I mean, he's pretty well below the percentage that he shot a season ago, and not quite sure why.
And that one misses. DeMar DeRozan, an impressive scorer who takes relatively few three-point shots, Grant.
Yeah, the arc is not his primary focus. He'd rather pick you apart in the mid-range, but he does it so consistently that the points pile up quick.
And he sinks the second.
It's pretty clear that DeMar DeRozan is an outstanding athlete. He can outrun you, he might outwork you, and he's able to be everywhere on the floor, and he does it with kind of a unique grace and finesse. You know, using his size advantage there to rip down that board in traffic.
And there's the foul. It's on Zach LaVine. That's his first foul of the game.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
Malik Monk's checked in for DeRozan. Houston has gone just 1 of 6 from the perimeter here in the second. Adams with a screen on Monk. To the inside. Adams, the pass to Şengün. The Rockets again can't hit.
With the defense absent, that was a great opportunity, but no go.
Pass to LaVine. Valanciunas against Adams. Now here's Valanciunas. Tightly guarded. And the basket by Monk.
Boy, Monk has a really nice feel for when he should go to that floater.
And the Rockets with possession here. Trailing by 4. Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
And it's Green missing. And it's LaVine with the ball for the Sacramento Kings. Outside Monk. Back to LaVine. Adams grabs the miss. Adams has got his 4th rebound in this one. Brooks against Sabonis. Brooks, the pass to Şengün. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Houston making some changes. Smith, he's checked in for Adams. And Fred VanVleet is subbed in for Thompson.
What's up?
That free throw good from Şengün.
Tell you what, Alperen Şengün is a big with the modern day game. He scores in bunches inside, but he also can pass it and shoot it from the perimeter too.
Now here's LaVine. Monk for 3. Smith with the rebound.
It's impressive how they've overcome his cold streak tonight. Everyone stepping in to fill the gap.
And that one's good. Green.
Green lethal off the catch. Good rhythm on that play.
The Kings trailing. 1:41 left to play in the second quarter. Pass to Murray. Fires the 3. Teagan for 3.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Here's Şengün. The three-pointer off the mark.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Green against Monk. Pass to LaVine. Sabonis outside. Valanciunas finds Monk. Off target from three-point range. Well, the Rockets shooting just 37% from the field in the second quarter. Şengün with it. He's covered by Levine. And there's the foul. It's on Zach LaVine. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Picking up his second foul here, has to be careful because they can pile up quickly.
.43 seconds left in the first half of this one.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Grant, they could attempt a 2 for 1 here.
They could. The key here is a good look.
Back to Monk. And he makes it on the layup. Monk's got 9 points.
We know he can shoot deep. He also has a nice touch inside. So Monk has a lot of confidence wherever he's shooting the ball from.
Rockets trail by 3. Pass to Green. Şengün, a screen on Monk. Here's Green. Green rising up.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Sabonis with a screen on Van Vliet. LaVine. And LaVine throws it down.
I just love the aggressive finish.
Now, I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Kings ahead, up 3. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Glad you could join us. The story tonight for the Houston Rockets through 2 quarters, a tightly contested matchup.
You can see their offense flowing tonight, especially in transition. Maybe all those extra practice drills are paying off.
Their coaching staff has to be pleased with the pace. Moving on to our next topic, All-Star voting. A peek at the latest returns.
Well, these are very early returns, but even so, you can see who the fans are excited to see play.
A lot of these guys deserve the votes, but there's some big names missing. Come on, America, do better.
And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA to call the second half.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. You know, DeMar DeRozan has been exceptional here, guys.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Here's Levine. Domantas Sabonis out there with Murray. Then it's DeMar DeRozan. Then there's Zach LaVine. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5. That's the group starting the second half for Mike Brown. Now here's Murray. It's a 3-point game. 5 on the clock. Up and over Brooks. Murray, no good.
Coaches loathe empty possessions. You got to be able to hit the easy ones.
And the third pick in 2022, Jabari Smith Jr. He struggled at times in his rookie season. But Clark, he's making some major strides now.
You know, B.A., you've heard me and others say this, but every player runs their own race. Everybody's development journey is their own, to own and to run. Sometimes it just takes a little while longer for guys to adjust at this level. But I tell you one thing about that young man, the progress he made lets you know he's got what it takes to one day be an all-star in this league.
Now here's Murray. Pass to DeRozan. The focus. DeRozan still sinks it.
You know, even when you know what DeRozan's going to do, you can't stop him.
About a minute played here in the second half. Van Vliet outside. Back to Green. It's tipped.
Yeah, great work on defense right there. Shooters have to be careful when Murray is lurking nearby.
Smith with it. Checked by Murray. Here's Green. Pulled the shot a little left. The bounce goes his way, though. Green's got 17 points.
They found strong offensive footing in the open court.
Yeah, and for them to reduce the lead, they should keep the pace brisk. I mean, that's how they've generated the highest quality shots.
Here's DeRozan. After the basket by Houston. Up top, Sabonis. Deflected.
Lots of athleticism for the long center. Şengün getting it done.
For the tie. And it's Brooks missing.
1 for 4 in the second half. Just trying to get into a rhythm.
Here's DeRozan. Here's Sabonis. Again, the miss by the Kings.
Good shot, gone bad. Gotta finish there.
Out of bounds, it'll go to the Kings. This pause in the action provides an opportunity to look at the best fast break teams in the league. In third, the Rockets.
And make no mistake, this team loves to get out and run. Whenever they see space to leak out and score fast, they go strong.
Levine against Van Vliet. Inside. Here's Valanciunas. Good. And it's DeRozan who picks up the assist. Valanciunas has gotten his second bucket.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. And Ime Udoka has called timeout. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Boy, you have to like what we're seeing from DeMar DeRozan.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
'11th in points off turnovers, and they're a solid rebounding team. It's not something they stress necessarily, but they have the talent and size to get their fair share of boards.
And when it comes to avoiding turnovers, they do a great job attacking under control. It's a delicate balance. Smith passes to Brooks.
Come get it, come get it.
Şengün, the screen. Murray against Brooks.
Physical play finds Dylan Brooks, but he also looks for it. He gives it and takes it.
This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, guys, I mean, he's been a very steady hand for them when it comes to his free throw shooting.
First one falls for him.
And Brooks has no problem wearing the black hat. He takes pride in being the villain. He's an old school player in that regard, very much so.
He's off on the second.
You have to respect Brooks' approach to the game. He's always looking for little ways to improve and wants every year to be his best.
Pass to DeRozan. Six on the shot clock. And here's Sabonis outside. It's hauled in by Houston. Şengün's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Smith. Hits the rim on the way in, and the bucket is good. Smith's got 9.
You know, Smith came into the league as a capable and confident shooter off the catch.
And we'll have a timeout called by Mike Brown. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And it's DeRozan with the ball for the Kings. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter. Murray against Brooks. From 18 feet away, Murray, no good.
Look at him, and he's a little hit and miss from there, even without a defender in his face. No guarantee.
Green, money from deep.
Green getting very aggressive on the perimeter and really good concentration as he focused on his shot.
Now DeRozan, 17 points in the game. Pass to Sabonis. Let's go with a three. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got rebound number 8 now. Van Vliet, the pass to Smith. Brooks outside. Smith with a screen on Murray. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Well, Brooks is one hard-working man. He runs into a foul and still gets a shot off.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Kings trail by 4. DeRozan outside. On the wing, Murray. They need this. Good. And it's DeRozan who picks up the assist. Murray's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Yeah, this is the kind of confidence you love seeing. Murray not thinking twice at all about firing away.
Now here's Van Vliet. He has 7. Outside, Green. Just 5 to shoot. Puts it up. Valanciunas with a rebound. Valanciunas has got 11 rebounds in the game. Van Vliet against Levine. Murray, a screen on Van Vliet. That one's good. Sabonis has got 6 points.
Yeah, this is Sabonis in his zone. He makes scoring in the paint seem almost effortless.
The Rockets have gone 3 of 7 here in this third quarter. Smith outside. Brooks outside. Pass to Van Vliet. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's on Zach LaVine.
Van Vliet, despite his size, he's not backing down from any contact. He looks to draw foul.
And how about the Fred Van Vliet story? From undrafted to all-star and NBA champion.
It's one of the remarkable journeys in the history of the league. There are a number of guys that have gone undrafted and ended up being all-stars and champions. But if you think about it, one of the things they have in common in my mind, B.A., is a real understanding of who they are and what it's going to take to be successful. And then the willingness to put in the work and not be distracted by naysayers or the glamour of being a pro. They've got a real anchoring as to who they are and what their business is about, and then they maximize their ability. That's Fred Van Vliet in a nutshell. You got to love Van Vliet's fearlessness, and I think that's why his teammates look up to him as a leader.
DeRozan outside. Back to LaVine. Clock at 6. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It goes on Fred Van Vliet.
LaVine showing you good effort that time, not allowing the foul to stop him from getting the shot off.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
You know, when you think of Zach LaVine, his scoring comes to mind immediately, but he also rebounds effectively and passes it pretty good too.
Now here's Green. 20 points for him. Houston with another miss. DeRozan passes to LaVine. Back to DeRozan. Down low. And it's Monk. That time on the assist by DeRozan. DeRozan's got his 7th assist here tonight. Rockets trail by 3. Outside, Green. Back to Van Vliet. Shoots from the right block. Rebound by Sacramento. Next matchup, they'll be at home against the Wizards. It'll be the second of 3 straight games on their home floor. Count that bucket. And it's a 5-point Sacramento lead.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
And so it's Van Vliet with it. He brings it up for the Rockets. Pass to Şengün. And here is Green. Brooks left side. 5 to shoot. Van Vliet against Levine. And the basket by Van Vliet. Van Vliet's got 5 points in the quarter.
The defense gets physical inside, and guess what? The tenacious Fred Van Vliet ready for it.
Sacramento leading by 3. DeRozan with the ball. He's got 17. Pass to Levine. Got a piece of it. The 3, Smith. Rebound by Sacramento. Valanciunas has got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Monk passes to Murray. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at another point at the line. It's going to be on Dylan Brooks. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Kings.
You know, all game long, they've imposed their will on the interior, scoring a lot of points in the painted area.
Well, something else that stands out is how they've shared the ball. I mean, they're getting a lot of their points from sharp passing. And the physical style Murray plays with will serve him well in this league.
Rockets trail by 6. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Here's Easton. No good on the 3.
And they're doing strong work on the glass, a +5 advantage for them.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Confronting a shooter of JV stature is never easy, and he can make them pay for that mistake at the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw.
Boy, Valanciunas, a mountain of a man, a solid big guy who scores well and provides a lot of length and muscle inside.
The Kings making a switch here. Larabia's checked in. He hits the second from the line. Rockets trail by 7. Outside, Green. Şengün, a screen on Monk. Goes up from the top of the key. And it's Larabia with a rebound. And it's Sacramento's ball. They're on a 15-4 run. Levine. Ooh, determined bucket from Levine.
You have to love how persistent Levine is inside, enduring the contact and finding his shot.
Houston has gone 1 of 4 here in the third from range. Smith with a screen on Levine. Here's Easton. Yes, and it's Şengün picking up the assist. Şengün's got 3 assists in the game.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
Şengün with a steal. Big finish in transition from Green.
Green is so agile. Even when Jalen has the ball in his hands, he can outrun a lot of guys.
And here's Monk. He's got 13. Oh, Green with a block.
Really good to see Green engaged defensively.
And since we have a second here, let's see which teams have dominated the offensive glass and second chance opportunities this season. The Rockets, number 1.
This team has just been a menace on the offensive boards. They chase down their shots and work hard to make sure there are no wasted possessions.
Crowder, he's checked in for the Kings. Adams checked in for Houston. Thompson comes in for Smith. Clock at 4. And here's Crowder from the arc. Rebound by Van Vliet. Rockets trail by 4. Pass to Green. With a strong take.
Able to score from anywhere on the court. Green can hurt you in myriad ways, and his game is only growing.
.152 left in the third. Levine against Van Vliet. Outside Levine. Going inside, and here's Crowder from the arc. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Levine. Levine's got his 4th assist in this one. Minute 32 left to play in the third quarter. Van Vliet scanning the floor. Here's Thompson. Yet to see a basket. Right side Green. Crowder against Thompson. Three-pointer. Sacramento grabs the miss.
You know, he's just not taking good shots, not taking smart shots, forcing up a lot of low percentage jump there.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Here's Adams, and it's slammed in by Adams.
And whenever Adams is aggressive on offense, it helps big time, especially when he's dunking it hard inside.
Now Monk. He's got 13. There's 45 seconds left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Crowder, that's good.
He made the most of that opening, teaching the defense a lesson.
Now here's Van Vliet. 11 points in the game. Adams finds Thompson. Outside, Green. Back to Thompson. Van Vliet on the wing. He's covered by Levine. Van Vliet misses.
And they just continue to dominate the boards.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Stolen by Van Vliet. 1 second left. The third quarter comes to a close. Sacramento on top. They're up by 6. And time for a short break. Stay right there. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. So the Rockets 5 now. Thompson out there with Shepard. Then it's Tari Eason. Then it's Dylan Brooks. And it's Şengün in at the center position. Shot clock at 6. Here's Eason. Off target with the 3. The Kings lead by 6. Here's Crowder. And no good. Eason with some nice D. Houston shooting around 41%. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
The fancy dribbling from Thompson. I mean, showing he's not afraid to take some risk on offense.
DeRozan with the ball. Pass to Crowder. Launches a 3. Good. And it's DeRozan who picks up the assist. DeRozan's got 8 assists here tonight. Rockets trail by 7. Thompson outside. Şengün, a screen on Fultz. To the middle. It's intercepted. And here comes the break. Here's Crowder. Thompson with the block.
Decent reach and solid instincts, allowing Thompson to get a hand on it.
And the free throw, no good. This is why you want ball movement and player movement.
And that's made it hard for the defense to key in on any one individual. Yeah, I like when Thompson goes in strong like this. I mean, just forcing the defense to act.
Free throw's good from Thompson.
And what I like about Thompson, along with the high-level athleticism, he has a high-level feel for the game.
So he gets them both.
The athletic ability of Amen Thompson is easily seen. The way he runs, he's fluid, and how physical he can get. Boy, that combination is potent.
Now here's DeRozan. Pass to Crowder. And here's Fultz, defended by Thompson. Just 5 on the clock. The 3 from DeRozan. It's hauled in by Houston. Eason's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Thompson. Uneasy 2 on the layup. Thompson's got 6 in the quarter.
What a burst Thompson has. I mean, on his drives, he goes from 0 to 60 in a heartbeat.
And so Monk will bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Crowder outside. Back to Monk. 5 on the clock. It's stolen. We're in the 4th quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Fultz against Thompson. A lot of pressure on Fultz, it seemed, once he was taken first overall, Clark.
Hey, that's part of being the #1 overall pick, BA. The scrutiny and the pressure is significant. And it's really an interesting story with Fultz about how his shot really went off the rails once he got to the NBA. He said it felt like somebody was holding his arms down, which is hard to fathom. Since he's been able to work through that, he's shown you how valuable he can be as a scorer and distributor.
And he can't get the first one.
And, you know, when Fultz is healthy now, he's a valuable part of this rotation. We've seen him make big strides lately.
The Kings making a switch here. Murray's checked in. Good on the second one.
He did the important part at the line there, the heavy lifting, if you will. Made this a two-possession game.
And we've got a timeout called by Ime Udoka. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. Crowder, he's checked in for Sacramento. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, during that last break, I heard Ime Udoka as he talked with the team. He told the guys to stay after it inside. He said our play inside is terrific right now. He said don't lose any of that intensity. Stay strong down there. It's always nice to hear a coach enjoying his team's play. Back to you.
Allie, thank you. If you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Oh, got a piece of it. Şengün finds Eason. Second chance effort. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. That's good from Eason. The Kings have gone 1 of 4 since the fourth quarter began. Monk passes to DeRozan. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. It falls again. He's now 8 for 12 from the floor.
We've seen this a bunch of times. DeMar having a huge night, and the defense has no answer.
Rockets trail by 3. Brooks outside. To the paint. Here's Şengün. Soft touch off the glass.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Now here's Monk. DeRozan outside. Pass to LaRavia. Pulls it. Collects the 2 points near the hoop. And the Kings lead by 3.
This is when your interior D has to be on high alert.
Now Şengün. Thompson with it. Brooks right side. 6 on the shot clock. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Such a tenacious competitor. When Brooks looks to score inside, he is so skilled at finding ways to draw contact.
Down the first one, and Houston will go for a different look here. Steven Adams checked in for Alperen Şengün. Smith comes in for Eason. Jalen Green, he's checked in for Thompson, and Van Vliet is subbed in for Shepherd. And Brooks drops them both. And here's Monk. Crowder, a screen on Van Vliet. Monk passes to Crowder. Back to Monk. Pass to LaRavia. 4-3. Can't hit that one. Ooh, some solid defense from Adams. Murray brings the double to take the lead. It's hauled in by DeMar DeRozan. DeRozan's got rebound number 5 here tonight. LaRavia passes to Murray. The vertical of Murray on full display.
Oh, and Murray makes this look all too easy. Superb at throwing it down with some power.
Here's Green. Pass to Adams. Down low. Crowder with a steal. And pushing it up. Here's Sacramento. Here's Laravia. Rebounded by Green. Green's got 4 rebounds in the game.
It's a little too early to be over the limit. They need to keep a close eye on their foul situation.
All right, the Rockets making a switch here. Eason's checked in. The Rockets trail. Here's Van Vliet. Pass to Adams. Now here's Green. Van Vliet outside. 6 to shoot. And here's Smith to take the lead. And a great assist by Van Vliet as that one goes. Van Vliet's got 6 assists in the game. And so DeRozan will bring it up for the Kings. Here's Laravia. DeRozan deciding where to go with it. Here's Laravia. Adams covering. Pass to Murray. Over Smith. Ooh, excellent D there from Smith. Houston has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Back to Green. Adams with a screen on Murray. And here's Green from the arc. They grab their own miss. Adams. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And on the offensive end, this is how Adams hurts you. You have to be aware of where he is at all times.
Now here's Monk. Pass to Murray. Now DeRozan. And stolen by Green. Back comes Houston in transition. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Rockets lead by 5. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Rockets.
Well, their D has been a major story tonight. I mean, those steals and putting pressure on the ball, clogging the passing lanes, impressive.
And I love the fact they kept the pressure on, really pushing that ball, running it up the floor. I love seeing that. A team staying aggressive even when they're playing well.
Now here's Van Vliet. And there's a whistle. That goes on Jay Crowder. That's his first foul of the game. We're in the bonus now, and they'll go to the line.
He's such a good free throw shooter. You don't want to foul him unless it's absolutely necessary.
And some changes here for the Kings. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Laravia. Domantas Sabonis comes in for Crowder. And it's Levine in for Monk. Şengün checked in for the Rockets. Dylan Brooks comes in for Eason. And the second free throw is good.
And the big X factor Van Vliet brings to the team is leadership. He's very talented at setting a good tone out on the floor and organizing his guys.
Now here's Levine to snap the cold streak. The shot comes out. Good D by Şengün. Houston leading by 6. On the wing, Brooks. Pass to Şengün. Back to Brooks. Out of bounds. It'll be Kings ball. And now it's time to take another view of that huge swat.
Boy, and that'll give them a nice injection. Nothing like a rejection to get a team fired up.
Well, the Kings shooting 33%. This hasn't been their quarter. DeRozan outside. Jacks up a 3. And that's a foul called on Domantas Sabonis. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the line for 2. The Rockets on offense. They're on a 20-7 run. Van Vliet outside. Pass to Green. For 3, Smith. Valanciunas with a rebound. Kings trail by 6. The floater. Oh, DeRozan getting it done inside.
Check out the body control from DeRozan there, guys. I mean, clearly there's contact, but it's almost impossible to affect his shot.
The Rockets have gone 7 of 14 here in the fourth from the floor. Outside, Green. Now here's Brooks, defended by Murray. Smith passes to Green. Now Van Vliet takes the three. Rebound by the Kings. Valanciunas has got 14 rebounds tonight, going after it.
After hitting 1-3 in the first half, he's been unable to dial in from deep since then.
Smith passes to Şengün, and Şengün throw it down. That gives him a double-double.
Şengün finishing with authority. There you go, big fella. Make him feel you.
Sacramento has gone 1 for 5 shooting from the arc here in the fourth. Now here's Levine. DeRozan outside. Picked by Sabonis. Inside. Shot clock at 5. Up and over Smith. Sabonis' shot is off. That free throw good from Van Vliet. Houston leading by 7. Outside, Green. Oh, it's blocked by Valanciunas.
Yeah, that shot didn't stand a chance. Can't sleep on JV's monstrous reach.
Shot by Levine, no good. The Rockets shooting 47% since the fourth quarter started. Şengün. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. That'll belong to Domantas Sabonis. First free throw is good.
The thing that stands out about Şengün is how crafty he is in the post. Excellent footwork and a lot of moves.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. And it's Levine with the ball for the Sacramento Kings. 8-point game. Valanciunas finds DeRozan. Back to Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Boy, for a player who can be a one-man offense, DeRozan's got plenty in his passing game skill set, too.
Houston's shooting the ball at around 42% for the game. Smith outside. A minute 58 left in the fourth quarter. Van Vliet against Levine. 5 to shoot. Van Vliet up top. Valanciunas with a rebound. Valanciunas has got his 16th rebound on the night. Here's Levine. Yes! Levine inside.
Tell you what, we've got a game. I like that Levine's rising to the challenge as things get tight.
The Rockets lead by 4. Van Vliet outside, into the lane. It's not going to go for him. Levine with some nice D. DeRozan with the ball. And it's Şengün picking him up. Another shot. Levine against Van Vliet. Levine passes to Valanciunas. And they pick up 2.
And Valanciunas' teammates love seeing him come up huge, knowing he's ready to score when called upon.
.107 left in the fourth quarter. Levine against Van Vliet. Şengün, a screen on Levine. To the inside. Yes!
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Here's DeRozan. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
This is something DeRozan does all too well. I mean, presses the issue, forces the issue, and then gets the defense to overcommit.
2.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. He's off on the free throw, unable to get the second one to drop.
And by missing that free throw, now a 3 could even the score. Not ideal. Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Sabonis with a screen on Van Vliet. Here's Levine for 3. It's rebounded by Şengün. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
And you know what? He knows a few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late-game free throws are a lot different than early-game free throws in terms of making.
Showing great confidence from the line. That makes this a 2-possession game.
Timeout called. The Kings. They're losing by 5. Given the situation here, what sort of strategy needs to be top of mind?
No doubt. They've got to get a quick bucket here.
Yeah, and they need it hiccup fast. I mean, they'll be drawing up a quick hitter in the huddle here, no doubt.
$20 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. It's good from beyond the arc.
He's such a clutch shooter. He just lives for the big shot.
And they need to stop the clock, so there's the foul. Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And the second free throw, no good. Tough break there.
And looking to even the score with a huge 3.
You don't want to force it, though. Still need to get a quality look. And there you go now. One of the NBA's rising stars, Levine, stepping up when it counts.
And we've got a timeout called by Ime Udoka. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. .11 seconds left in the final quarter to take the lead. Ooh, Levine getting after it on the break.
And I'll tell you what, the way they're able to pressure the ball and those quick hands, that's what led to an opening.
You know, you push it after a steal, there's almost no chance the defense can get back and recover.
There's 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Van Vliet. Oh, and he can't make the shot to force overtime. So it's the Kings taking the W in a close one. What a performance they had here at home today.
I'll tell you what, these are the ones that are so nice to win and so tough to lose. I love being on the edge of my seat, never knowing what would happen next.
And that'll do it, folks. For Grant Hill, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching. And let's leave you with our player of the game, DeMar DeRozan.